Hello folks, thought I would show you guys some of my old newspaper collection. It spans everything, sports, current events, history, some go back to like 1700 I have. Um, so, let me get started. I'll start off with sports. One of my favorites, even though it's falling apart, and yes, I have them in plastic, but I took them out, um, is a 69 New York paper that's got something about an article about the Mets, AG and Seaver being achy, and the major league standings, and the Mets are in second place. And we all know what happened then in '69. The Mets went on to win. And then on the other side has a nice article about Joe Namath. So that's kind of cool. All right. Then I got a Michael Jordan vacates his throne and retires from 1999. And then he came back, and then he retired again in 2003. Steven Strasburg making his major league debut. Who knows, man? It'll be good to hold on to this. Once I had a Boston Red Sox win the World Series newspaper in 2004, and I actually ran into Bobby Doerr, Red Sox Hall of Famer, and I had him sign the paper for me. So that was kind of cool. Here's a John Stockton retires paper. Plus, I could see where I was living whenever I look at an old newspaper. Ah, I was living here, you know. Another John Stockton one. Stockton takes a pass. Barry Bonds breaks the record. Yeah, not in my eyes. But I collected it anyway because it's history. That's when he broke Mays' record, Willie Mays' record. Cal Ripken breaks the games played record. Lou Gehrig's games played record. Invasion Ripken worthy of record. Let's see if we can get the whole picture on there. Kind of cool. Wayne Gretzky hangs up skates and retires. Diamondbacks win the World Series, or they're going to the World Series. Yeah, I was in Phoenix in 2001, so I collected it there. Even though I'm a Met fan. Diamondbacks in the World Series. Try to do the whole paper on this one. Joe DiMaggio, U.S. hero, dies. Sorry about somebody's car alarm going off outside. Idiots. Ken Griffey Jr. hits number 500 home runs. Ken Griffey Jr. retires. End of an era. Same here. And another one. Elwell Jr. Here's Bonds. Another home run on the home run trail thing to pass Babe Ruth. Here's a Red Sox win the World Series. Reverse the curse one from 2004. And another. And another. Sox win in grand fashion. Boy, this one wasn't a headline. You'd think it would be. Okay. And that's it for my sports ones right now. The other ones are older and they're really in bad shape, and as soon as you touch them, they fall apart. So I'll start kind of current and then work my way back with these history ones. I'll try and make it quick. You know what that one is. Yeah. Here's the actual New York Times that was in Manhattan that day. The paper. You can see it's falling apart also. It is the biggest event in our lifetime, right? Pretty much. And it was found out that they trained in, I was in Arizona at the time, they trained in Scottsdale, which is a city there near Phoenix. And then, dun dun dun, the response. Saddam has 48 hours to go, yada yada yada. Talking head, talking head. And then of course, But one bright spot in all this is when baseball finally came back a week or so later. My Mets were the first game, and they were playing the Braves, and everybody in the stadium and all of New York was down. And Piazza came up in the 8th inning, and he hit a home run and won the game. And everybody just jumped for joy. And even though it's a baseball game, it's amazing how much one guy hitting a home run picked up the city. It's really amazing. So that's why I kept that one. Great shot of Mike there. Okay. And the invasion, And here's a sad one. From when Columbia, the space shuttle, went down, Here's Michael Jackson. Even though, like I said, I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, I'm a rock and roll guy. But, it's history. Now here's some really old ones. This is one from 1837. Yes, folks. 1837, the New York American, with somebody's writing on it from like 1837 too. Hold on, let me try and get this angled right. There you go. November 17th, 1837. New York American. And it's really falling apart. Although this is actually in better shape than the newspapers I have now, as you can see. Even though it's 170 something years old, because it was made out of hemp. Yes, folks, the evil hemp that the government doesn't want you to get. That's why, and there's another one from 1880. That's in really great shape. Look at that. I mean, a few tears and stuff. That's the London Times from 1880. And you can still, it's a big, giant paper. Look at the size of that thing. That's funny as hell. But it's in great shape. Alright. Here's a weird one from like 1910. This one's really falling apart. And this is what comics, the Bingville Bugle. Okay. And that's what comics used to look like, kids. It took up the whole page. And pretty rudimentary there. Anybody could do that. Here's one from 1914. It's a World War I one. Okay, and here's a sad one. Here's the one that shook the world, kind of like the Trade Center. Kennedy dead. And it shows a picture of the assassination. 3 bursts of gunfire. Spectators protect children. You can see him on the ground there. Very sad, very sad. Suspect captured, which turned out to be Lee Harvey Oswald. There's the martyred president buried. And here's the actual funeral picture, and that's Jackie Onassis Kennedy. Jackie Kennedy. That's Bobby Kennedy, his brother, who was killed like 2 or 3 years later, or 5 years later. And that's Ted Kennedy. He just died. That's Senator Ted Kennedy. He just died at like 80-something years old, I think. Man, that's sad. And here's the guy, suspect in president's assassination, murdered as nation honors Kennedy. Yep, and that's the shot of him being killed, actually. The dude in the hat, right there, the dude in the hat is Jack Ruby, and he's got a gun, and he just shot him. Ooh! And that's him dying, right there on the front page. They don't have that stuff in the paper today, do they? And the guy just walked up to a bunch of cops and just shot him. No security, no nothing. See? Strides through throng of policemen to fire a fatal bullet with a little .38. And then the response, you know, most retailers, public services closed Monday, you know. And then Jack Ruby, who was the dude that killed Kennedy. A lawyer wants TV to cover a murder trial of the killer. But that dude, Jack Ruby, who killed that guy, died mysteriously in prison of cancer. So he never got the trial or nothing. I think. Here's a Russian cosmonaut one. First people to circle the Earth. I also have a moon landing one, but it's such in rough shape. I can't even show it. Here's a World War II one. Oops, I got the whole paper. Hold on a sec. 4 great Japanese cities raided by American planes, Tokyo declares. Yeah, we bombed Japan. Yep. There's another one. U.S. blasts at Jap Empire's heart and daring air exploit. Yes, that's how we talked back then. We made fun of people. Jap this, you know. Look at that headline. Wipe out Vice. Yeah, right. They still haven't done it. They never will. Here's a kind of cool one. From 1934. Welcome, Mr. President. I guess he was coming to that city. There. Let me get... Anyway, it's a big paper. That's kind of cool. And then Roosevelt takes the lead in 27 states. That is from 1944. That's also a World War II one. The LA Times. That's pretty cool, huh? And here's my last one. When Mount St. Helens, which was a volcano here in Washington, blew up, it killed a lot of people and injured a lot of people. And there was ash spreads to Montana. Yeah, you see that plume of smoke? It covered the entire city, inches deep of ash. And 5 hours away in Spokane, on the other side of the state, it covered the city there too with all the ash, as far away as Montana. Anyway, folks, that's some of my newspaper collection. So, that's it, man. Thanks.